This is the 15cm Nebelwerfer battery box set from Battlefront. Nebelwerfers were German multi-barrel rocket artillery, and this box set is linked to the Iron Cross book for Flames of War. The Nebelwerfer was a fearsome weapon able to saturate a target with an intense bombardment. This is the 15cm 6-barrel Nebelwerfer model 1941. It made a terrific noise when firing. Allied soldiers had a number of names for it, like Screaming Mimi and Moaning Minnie. If we have a look at the back of the box, there's an assembly diagram with two views of a completed and based kit. The diagram shows the limited parts count, just 7 parts for an entire launcher. These should be very quick to put together. The box set contains 6 plastic 15cm Nebelwerfers, 3 plastic gun crew sprues and 1 unit card. There are no decals, but there are 6 large bases to mount the Nebelwerfers and crews. Let's look at the plastic. There are 6 of these sprues in the box. Parts are moulded in mustard yellow plastic and detail is sharp and clearly defined. It looks like these will quickly build up into a nice miniature for the table. There's a bit of a surprise here. These are multi-purpose sprues with parts for 37mm German and 45mm Soviet anti-tank guns as well. There are barrels for the long and short Soviet 45mm gun and the German 37mm gun. There's the standard 37mm and the same gun equipped with the over-barrel Steel Granata 41 shaped charge projectile. Unfortunately, there's only one set of trail legs, so you can only choose to build one option. But I'm sure the additional gun barrels will be a useful addition to the spares box. The Nebelwerfer barrels are formed from 3 parts. This fits onto the trail legs and there's a stabilising stand piece which goes in front. This steadies the launcher when firing. There are 2 different wheel options, a spoked set and a smooth set. As far as I can tell, the smooth wheels are for German guns and launchers, while the Soviet 45mm gun variants use the spoked ones. Additional parts include a Nebelwerfer rocket and projectile shipping case as well as an ammunition box for the gun options. There's no flash and only very few mould lines to clean up. Again, the simplicity of the kit and the overall quality and detail here show how reliably good Battlefront plastic releases have become. Let's look at the crew figures. There are 3 sprues of grey soft plastic figures. That's 36 figures in total. Some loader figures have rockets while others have shells for the anti-tank guns. This fits with the multi-purpose nature of the kit. All the figures are kneeling. Detail on these look fine. I know some people don't like the soft plastic figures, but the sculpts and casting qualities of these have steadily improved. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to the figure holding the rocket to avoid him looking inappropriately dodgy, no matter what material you're working in. Anyway, that's the kit and figures you get in the box. Let's build one. Here's the finished kit. Assembly was quick and easy with no major issues. The mouldings are sharp and the detail is plentiful and well defined, up to the usual standards we've come to expect from Battlefront kits. Even with 6 sprues in the box, the limited parts means building each launcher is quick, so you'll get the battery of these ready for table use pretty quickly. Let's look at some history. Rocketry was an emerging field in the 1920s and 30s, and Germany used it to avoid restrictions on developing or fielding heavy artillery imposed under the Treaty of Versailles. The name Nebelwerfer means smoke mortar, literally fog thrower, and they're designed to fire smoke or poison gas as well as high explosive. A number of different calibers of rockets were trialled and developed. The 15cm Nebelwerfer 41 was issued to German units in 1941, entering service after the Battle of France. This weapon mounted 6 15cm rocket launch tubes on the same carriage used by the 37mm PaK-36 gun then in service. The 15cm rocket projectiles were unusual in that the motor was mounted forward and the explosive or other filler at the rear. The motor's thrust was vented from a Venturi collar 2/3 of the way down the rocket body. This was meant to improve blast effect with the charge exploding above ground, but in practice it showed only a marginal improvement. It proved costly and difficult to manufacture for little gain, and later German rockets didn't follow this design. The main drawback with any rocket weapon is their huge launch signature. The noise and prominent smoke trails of the firing rockets pinpoint the battery's location for counter-battery fire, but the rate of fire of these weapons meant they could land a devastating bombardment on enemy troops. By the end of the war, 6,000 15cm launchers were manufactured, along with over 5 million rockets. The 21cm Nebelwerfer 42 was a similar weapon in a larger calibre. 1,400 of these were built. Other rockets from 8cm to 32cm were developed, including naval and air-launched weapons. Nebelwerfer 41s were organised into 6 launcher batteries, 3 batteries to a battalion and 3 battalions to a regiment. Let's look at using them on the table. This is the unit card for the 15cm Nebelwerfer battery. The crews are confident troops with a 4+ motivation and a 3+ last stand. Veterans, they have a skill of 3+, useful to range in for artillery weapons. They also have a 4+ assault. They're careful, so you'll need a 4+ to hit them and they get a 4+ gun save. In all, these are tough, seasoned troops who know what they're doing and will be hard to kill. But they won't be going far without transports. Their tactical move is only 2 inches or 5 centimetres. Dash speeds aren't much more and their crosses are 5+, so be careful where you position these as they can't go far on the table without help. They only have one weapon stat line, the 15cm Nebelwerfer rockets. These use the salvo template, which is a 10-inch template rather than the usual 6-inch artillery template. A bigger bombardment footprint will let you get lots of units under the template, particularly infantry defending an objective. The salvo template can't be placed within 6 inches or 15 centimetres of friendly units. The range is 64 inches or 160 centimetres, so this weapon will reach most places on a standard 6x4 gaming table. Anti-tank is 2 with a 4+ firepower. The special rules are forward firing and smoke bombardment. Once per game, the battery can drop a smoke bombardment to shield your troops. Forward firing means the battery can only hit targets fully in front of the firing team. So Nebelwerfers can drop a big bombardment on the table. They have a long range, which is good because they can't move to manoeuvre much on their own. The crews know what they're doing and will be a challenge to kill. But they are a big investment in a list. These are available as a 3-launcher battery at 9 points or 6 for 18 points. So that's the 15cm Nebelwerfer battery for mid-war Flames of War from Battlefront. This is another solid release with a good quality kit for German players. The plastics are simple to build and parts are well formed with good detail. Battlefront have really become a solid producer of plastic gaming miniatures, reliably turning out great products. Making this a multi-purpose sprue is an interesting choice. Tooling and injection mould is expensive, so if the cost for several products can be rolled into one sprue, there must be a saving. The extra parts also mean a bonus for the spares box. These are an interesting choice for German lists. Nebelwerfers are a bit more expensive than Katyushas for the Russians, but they give German players a salvo bombardment that's useful to shift defenders or break up attacks. Particularly useful at whittling away at those large Soviet infantry units. I'm sure many German commanders will want to include these in their formations. Once again, it's thanks to Blitz and Pieces for supplying this review kit. Their generous support is the only way this channel can continue to review a wide range of new Flames of War kits. They're also generously offering Fog of War viewers a discount on version 4 Flames of War kits from their online store. Enter Fog of War 2019 Q1 at the checkout. I urge you to give them a try. You can also get free shipping on orders over 200 Singapore dollars.